This One News update is brought to you by ANZ, strategic partner of National Field Days.
Large secondary schools will actually get more money as a result of Hekia Parata's education revamp. But the head of our biggest, Rangitoto College in Auckland, says the policy's still flawed. Joining us now is political reporter Michael Parkin. Mike.
That's right, of the 2,500 schools in New Zealand, Hekia Parata says 90% will either lose or gain a teacher. Now of that, about 250 may actually gain more than one teacher. So today, to buck the trend, we asked the winners what they thought of this policy.
With over 3,000 students, Rangitoto College in Auckland is our largest secondary school, and on paper it prospers under the government's controversial changes to class sizes and funding.
We predict that we'll have probably one, perhaps two additional staff.
But even with that boost, this principal says the government's got it wrong.
I think they bought a fight because I think, as I say, parents just know that a smaller class is a better deal for their child.
Their concerns now echoed from within the government. Peter Dunn says it was never properly explained that the original policy would have seen up to 7 teachers cut from some schools.
I was not given any information that would lead me to have suspected this outcome was going to be achieved.
And the Revenue Minister thinks those inside Cabinet share his view.
My suspicion is that they've been taken by surprise like the rest of us.
Even the Associate Education Minister and Māori Party co-leader Peter Sharples says he wasn't fully briefed.
So I've just written to the Prime Minister saying that we weren't informed of how this would spin, how it would play out.
And Peter Dunn's found somewhere to point the finger.
Someone's going to have to answer the question as to how the gap between the reality of what we now face and what was portrayed as being likely to occur at budget time took place. Someone's going to have to answer that question, and I guess the ministry is a first point to start with.
Did you explain that to a decent enough level to Cabinet, to government ministers, do you think?
We've been very clear and thorough in our modelling to show what the implications would be.
The ministry boss says she expected a backlash.
Because nobody wants to take away, funding from teachers. I think the argument that we have to win is the fact that it is a fact. I can't spend money that I haven't got.
That's the message that the Education Secretary wants to take to this unprecedented meeting of educational interest groups and unions here in Wellington on Tuesday afternoon. Now, she's offered to go along. It's an offer that's not yet been accepted, but she says she has nothing to hide on this policy and she'll be there if they want her to be.
All right, thank you, Michael. Political reporter Michael Parker.
This One News update is brought to you by ANZ, strategic partner of National Field Days.